have some important things to keep Black love alive. Love, right? It isn't luck, right? It's intentional. You have to choose to work through it and do the work to keep it together. Yeah, it's maintenance, just like anything. Your house needs maintenance, your car needs maintenance, your relationship needs maintenance.
Welcome to the ChitChat Podcast. We're picking up where the group chat left off.
Where the tea, the truth, and the timeline collide.
I'm Rae.
And I'm Kia.
So pull up.
Because when the homies link up,
it's laughter,
life updates,
and a little light therapy too. Let's chat.
What's in the cup? What's in the cup? I ain't put nothing in my cup because I would be over here asleep.
I put a little tang.
Nothing but caffeine up in here.
Me. Okay, ladies, welcome to this week's episode of the ChitChat Podcast, where we give a mic and a seat to all the things that we love to talk about. I'm your girl, Rae.
And I'm Kia.
With the boobs, yes. And this week's episode is, it's about Black love. It's about love. We have been seeing, or I have, rather, let me talk from my perspective. I feel like I have been seeing online so much love, right? And it made me think of the show Black Love. We used to watch that pretty heavily. I forced my husband, you gonna come sit down. Let's listen to these people and how they navigate their relationships. But it really made me think about, just the beauty of it. And also, again, you have your, Kev on stage, Keir Gaines, I think. What's his name? Sterling
Brown.
Sterling K. Brown. I feel like they are all on a love tour. Like love my wife, love my Black woman tour. And I think it'd be nice, what do you think, if we kind of brought a little bit of joy, positivity, love to the Black man? Because I think that he deserves love too.
Yeah. I think that this is like a way for us to, it's kind of like a love letter to our. We love how these guys are loving on their wives. So I guess we're deciding to love on our situations.
Yes.
Husbands, not situationships.
She said that, not me. Yes.
Husbands.
So extra big shout out to top to Mr. Bill and Mr. Corey.
And Mr. Corey.
Holding it down.
Husbands are
husbands. And
good if they're good to you.
Yes. Or booze, whatever you're in, that you are being loved up on and feel fulfilled.
Feeling loved.
Yes.
I think that's a cornerstone of this one.
Yes.
Just want to spread some love.
You know what? That's exactly what it is. Spreading some love. And I think it's apropos. I'd like a little, I don't know. I'd like to smile and reminisce,
Yeah.
For this year makes 10 years since I've been married. In October will be 10 years. And 3 kids doesn't get to be a lot. 11? Yeah?
I think I got married the year before you did, or 2 years.
So you gotta tell me.
Oh shit, this is 12. Oh, yeah. This is year 12. I got married.
That's
2 years
awesome.
12.
2014?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, this is 12. Wow.
Well, happy 12th anniversary.
So fast. Yeah. And you're October and I'm September.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we did it, girl. Are we doing it? The roller coaster of it all. But I think the goal is to talk about the blessing or of having kind of like a split dude, right?
This is why I can't remember how many years it is. It goes by so fast and it feels so much shorter than it is. I guess that's a good thing. Time flies when you're having fun. So
it's been fun the whole time?
It's not fun. Nothing is fun the whole time, child. Not even drinking, because then you get drunk. Drinking will be fun for a short time until you get fucked up. So
no, you're right.
But I think good when it's good and great when it's great.
Yeah. But again, to have bad times with good people
Yeah.
right, is also a plus. So again, I think I love that. A love letter to our guys, to the good ones. And that's what we're going to talk about today.
Who else we had on our list? We had Russell Wilson, John B, Jason Wilson, Barack Obama.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They do not play about their wives. You know, they be like, my man, my man, my man. I don't know what we say. My girl, my boo, my, you
They'd be like,
know.
wife.
Yeah.
Like
They
everyone's saying
rock.
that.
They rock. And I love that because they are all guys who have achieved and might kind of be in the limelight, you know? Might oppose from like, you know, Sierra, I suppose. That's kind of different. But a lot of these guys, I think, have more of the camera, the attention kind of, or like the on them. And I love that they choose to take that time to intentionally scream from the mountaintops and be very vocal about loving their wives. You know, we hear the statistics and all of this other stuff or whatever you want to call it, but I think it's dope. It's really, really dope. Much needed. I think they set a great standard. So let's get into it.
So before that,
Yes.
you're not going to believe this shit.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to get into that real quick. Now, this one, it is not bringing the heat like you normally like, so we're going to have to live with it.
Girl, don't bring it. Don't bring it if it ain't bringing the heat, because we talked about this last time.
It's heat enough. I think it's interesting.
All right.
So there is a New York woman that dug for 3 weeks to find her own engagement ring diamond.
Where did she dig?
Okay. So we have this young lady. Her name is Bashara Fox, and she's a strategy consultant in New York City. And she decided that she didn't want to get engaged without finding her own diamond. She wanted something that was conflict-free, blood diamond-free, and she wanted one for herself. So she figured...
Wait, so she didn't like dig up to find her lost diamond?
No.
She went to
raw diamond.
She went digging for the diamond that she will use. Now that's interesting. I thought you were talking about somebody who like lost a ring.
Nope. That's what I thought when I first read it. And I was like, wait a minute. She did what? 3 weeks digging.
Wait, tell where did she?
She found a place called Crater of Diamonds State Park in, don't come for me in the comments, or just tell me how to say it right in the comments. Murfreesboro. That is in Arkansas.
Murphy's.
No, it's Murfreesboro.
3 words?
No, it's all one word. It's Murfreesboro. Murfreesboro.
All right.
This is why I was having a tongue twister of a time.
Okay, we're gonna have to flash
So it's
that spelling
Murfreesboro,
up on the
Arkansas.
screen. Okay, but she found something.
So yeah, so she went there with a shovel and a mission, and she decided that she wanted to dig up her own diamond, girl.
But she found one.
Well, she did, but she
That's
still
amazing.
For 3 weeks, she went and she headed out there, and she would dig from 8 to 4. It looks like that's what is allowed there, and she had to stay in a tent. This isn't glamping. This was straight up in the summertime, hot ass Arkansas, digging all day for 3 weeks. And she said sometimes she wouldn't even shower because she was so tired.
Like, we needed a video of this. Like, like, where did she go? Is it a company that's like, come,
No, I think
come dig? Okay.
This is a public diamond mine, and you can come there and dig for a diamond. I'm not seeing like any prices right now, but I think look it up if you want to go dig for a diamond, and you can find out.
So the good news is, though, 3 weeks of digging, she found one. She's happy?
Yeah, she found a 2.3 carat diamond. It's the third largest.
I don't speak rock. Oh, so she did a thing.
2 point.
Really speak carats. Like, what does that mean? Like,
we have to ask Bugs Bunny because I don't know. I think that's a big diamond. So it's the third largest discovered in the park that year. So Critter of Diamonds State Park averages 1 to 2 diamond finds per year. I'm looking it up right now.
Girl, please. I'm very interested.
How much does a 2.3 carat diamond cost? Hello. A 2.3 carat natural diamond generally ranges from $6,000 to over $70,000.
That's
And
not bad.
average price being $26,000, depending on like the heavy, the cut, the color, clarity, and stuff like that.
I mean, I think it's cool. And I do think
It's a big
that's not a
diamond
long time.
for 3 weeks. Yeah, I mean, 3 weeks, 70,000. I think she did good. She did
Hello?
excellent, in fact. So she hit the jackpot.
She wasn't, but that's what I mean. 3 weeks actually, I don't think is a lot, right? Because remember, this is like remember the Oregon Trail and all of those people? They were out there really trying for their lives to find gold or whatever. Like, I think 3 weeks.
That's before today. This is the age of like TikTok and Instagram. Nobody going out to be uncomfortable anywhere. So this is the age of pampered princesses. So that's hard.
Well, that's, yes, use a pampered princess, but.
And she lived in New York City. Corn, that's the land of pampered princesses. We should know.
No, but I don't know. I don't think, and I would love to hear if anybody thinks like to digging 3 weeks to find a diamond. Again, they only find 1 or 2 a year.
This age, again, trial, people coming over from potato famines and they're giving land away and all this other stuff. But in this day and age, 2025 to the 2026s, but you're not going to believe
I thought that was a good one. I thought that was cool. I do think that that's a cool one, definitely. It would have been cooler if the story was like her fiance went to dig for the diamond. Because I'm like, like she went to is she even engaged?
Yes, she said they will not get engaged until she found her diamond. That's what she told her boyfriend. And did they get engaged? I think that's...
See, now it's taking a turn for the weird. They're a little odd.
I think they may have discussed getting married. I don't think that she wanted him to get her
a ring, which I get, but we can't go any further till I get it myself.
Well, that's what she said she wanted.
I'd like, ring diamond digger girl, hit us up. I would love to have you on the show. I would love to understand this whole story. I want to know the whole story. This sounds super unique, super cool. And we're going to have to find her and at her.
Yeah. Her name is Michelle Fox. And it was her last day there is where she actually found the diamond. Her last day.
That's fascinating. How lucky is she?
Super, super duper. It's just, that's amazing. But if she want, and to not have to know that your diamond is conflict free, or if she's super passionate about that, environmentally, socially, culturally, it's just a great thing to do. But good for her.
I'd still want to know the story behind it. It sounds very cool. Very cool. You did that, girl. That's dope. You want to use your clap thing? Okay, so you're not going to believe this shit. Is the stuff of fiction.
Okay.
Are you ready? This is a really, really, it's mind-blowing bullshit. The shooting at the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
I wasn't going to touch that shit with a 10-foot pole.
The end.
But you said you touched it. Come on, bring it.
What is there to bring? This man done spent all his time, his people, making people not believe in the government, questioning every story that comes out. Everything is fake news. So frankly, I believe this is fake news. I'm happy no one was hurt, no matter who they are and what they do. I'll pause on that. And I think that if levels of security at this point have not been tightened around an individual who already had an attempted assassination, I'm finding it really hard to believe, or let me use more delicate words. I'm finding it really hard to believe that something like this was just so open. Additionally, in my understanding, this individual stayed in the hotel and just walked on down to the lobby, I suppose, and like crashed the wedding, basically. But I just think, so either it's BS or, well, there's 3 options. They done laid off so many people that there's no more security, right? Or 3, they need to hire more intelligent individuals to run security because
I'm gonna speak. I'm gonna do some Black girl speaking.
what you trying to say? I ain't Black girl. I just tried to keep it. Oh, sorry.
For all of the listeners, you're gonna have to go to YouTube to understand what that language was.
You heard it through the silence. The silence spoke volumes, I think.
Girl,
You felt her
I wasn't
energy.
gonna touch that, but so many things. I was like, hooray for the super sleuths. Listen, these internet super sleuths better than the FB to the is I. They find the things. They already found like old boy was friends with Cash App. Good friends with the Cash App already. And he had pictures with it's not real military stuff on him. Hello, like unbelievable. That's definitely you're not gonna believe that shit. Cause definitely don't believe it. He didn't even feel the urgency to leave for somebody who already been accosted by a bullet. He was just sitting there. No, knowing what was coming to. I mean, I wish they would get more crafty, but they need to find a better director.
They are very a producer, right? It's like a laziness in the
Just lazy.
in the shenanigans.
2000 and late, like really, like you can't see the smoke and mirrors type of shit. One of the security people or Secret Service or whatever, but it's coming out that they may have gotten hit by friendly fire. So
then who shot?
friendly fire. I was like, well, yeah. Anyway, you're not gonna believe that shit.
Crazy. It's so crazy. All right, girl.
I believe it when something really happened.
Back to the topic at hand.
To the
Kia,
love. Back to
bring us in.
the ones.
Let's go.
So we're talking about Black love, guys. So Black love is a powerful, intentional act of resilience, affection, and solidarity within the Black community, encompassing self-love, romantic partnerships, and familial bonds. But we're talking about the Black loves as all lovey-dovey with relationships. What
does that mean per se,
What, Black love?
Yeah, like in the sense of...
I think it's the love that's shared inside of this community. I guess it's just for giving it a name.
Because it's like beyond romantic love, right?
No, yeah, that's what this is saying. It encompasses all of the loves, familial bonds, self-love. There's also romantic love, and then there's the familial love. But it's all, I think all of those loves connected makes those bonds super strong. Because I think maybe I don't want to go negative, but there's always like a connotation that we don't love ourselves or, we act against each other. But this love that we have, we bring it forth. And it makes us, to me, it makes us stronger. We just say it out loud. It exists. We know it exists, but I think this is probably more for the outside people. And
I love it.
Reinforce with ourselves because we know it's there, right? We know it's there.
Well, we feel it. We see it. I think it's one of those things that I don't know if to say we're lucky or like, I think, how do I say this? Romantic or community love as a Caribbean, I want to say, individual, like you were saying last episode, of like where my family is from, most people are of, brown skin and that so it's like, I grew up very much just seeing that. It wasn't something that was like foreign or not seen or, like I know, again, like you said, there's this connotation of a lot of people growing up in single family this or da. And it was a little bit outside of my realm of reality. It's like one of those things I had to like learn and be like, wait, what? I don't know. Not to say that my parents were all in love and stuff like that. They had their problems, but I feel like I see, aunts, like I saw and then was surrounded by a lot of community love. It wasn't like limited. And yeah, I guess that's my comment. Period.
But
No?
that's the true thing. We
Yeah.
think we've always seen it, like the
Yeah.
community love, cultural love, and romantic love is in our community. However, it's not, it hasn't been as celebrated as other things, and it's there. There are always other forces trying to make you feel like it's not there, but we know it.
Right. Yeah.
So this is just making sure that we say it out loud and really acknowledge it, really.
No, I think that's a fair point. I think that there are a lot of forces. And again, the grown up, this side of COVID version of me is so much more aware of it on the other end being an intentional
Mm,
act to try to elevate the disconnect versus the connection of a community.
mm.
That's what do you have to say? That's the programming. So separately from that, yeah, I just want to like talk about my man, right? Again, don't want to pretend that everything is a hunky dory all the time and all of the things that come with marriage and the long-term relationships, but I want to specifically just give almost like a high five of like, let's talk about the things that these men have brought into our lives, right? We talk about strong Black women. We talked about quite a variety of versions of things, but I do think that it's been a blessing. And like I've grown or become a better version of self due to this man, right? And I think that
Go before we get too deep into that. Let's just give the people some statistics.
yeah,
You know,
I was going to round back over to it, girl. Yeah, I mean, go ahead.
just give them just a little something, right? So the overall rate, approximately 31% to 35% of Black adults are currently married, and these are trends in 2000 from 2024 to 2026. Um, and that's compared to around 40 to 50% of the total U.S. population. So half of the people in the whole United States are not married, and half of them kind of are. So I say kind of are. They are, for real. The gender gap. Black men are more likely to marry than Black women. And in 2026, roughly 36% of Black men were married compared to 25% of Black women.
29%.
29%. I'm so sorry, 29%. So also marriage among young Black adults 25 to 34, it has increased by nearly 10% since its lowest point 13 years ago. So that's really cool.
I'd actually love to see the number on the generation above that. Because I feel like there's a lot of things happening after 35, in our community, I think. So I wonder
Yeah.
if there's an increase from even bigger increase or significant from that generation.
From like 40, 35 to 40 to 55, 60.
Yeah, we're all having kids later. I feel like that's also includes marriage later. Like a lot of people are, working, and that's again across multiple ethnicities. But I think that's where I'm finding more of my Black friends are. We're getting married at like 30. Again, I'm not gonna say specifically 35, but I think there's a lot of people who are getting married closer to the 48 range. So I would be curious to see that. Maybe we'll come back to it. We'll drop it in the comments or something.
I'm looking it up. So it's saying here many Black professionals now marry after the age of 35.
There you go.
So
That
and
makes
it also
sense.
has increased like by 10%
Yeah.
from previous decades. And that has to do with being financially secure.
Mm-hmm.
I know they say money don't bring happiness. It's not that, but I think it brings the security, and the security brings some kind of stability, and the
Mm-hmm.
stability kind of keeps relationships in a good place. Yeah. So yeah. So we never married.
Yeah, I was just saying it's basically the inverse of what you were saying, that the approximate, right? Like, so it's the opposite end of that. Yeah, the numbers are close enough that it says nearly half, 48 to 50% of Black adults have never been married, compared to about third 28 to 34% of the general population, which again, I think is just similar, just a different way of looking at it.
For sure.
And I also thought that it was interesting from an American perspective, the gender gap, because I believe that there are more Black women than, right, just numerically, like an absolute number. So I wonder, again, how that, if it was like apples to apples, if that makes sense, like proportionally, if there's a bigger percentage apples to apples are married versus Black men versus Black women, if that makes any sense. Because the number is obviously going to be higher if the number of people are higher. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think for Black men, it just means that they're not necessarily marrying Black women. But I feel like I don't know what the percentage is,
But that's what I'm saying. Mathematically, that's just my point is that mathematically that could be off, that there's more to dig into. Because even if there were, hypothetically speaking, if it was 50 Black women and 50 Black men, then you can do that. But if by default there are 70 Black women and 50 Black men, if you're going to say that 28% of Black men, like, the absolute, like 1-to-1 wouldn't make sense. So yes, I know that there are stats that say that Black men are more likely to marry non-Black women, like blah, 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 comparatively. No. There's a stat. There is definitely a stat
marry
that
Black women, though, aren't they more prone to? Aren't they more
compared to Black women? Black men are more likely to marry interracially, not necessarily. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that they won't marry Black women. There are a higher percentage of Black men that are married interracially than Black women as interracially. But no, I was just thinking that could be interesting to also see what like that absolute number is from a mathematical perspective, because that tells a different kind of story. But yeah, I think overall the statistics are positive, I think, or swinging positively, trending upwards.
Yeah. Let me say this. It says 78% to 86% of married Black men in the United States are married to Black women. So they do marry Black women more.
Yeah, I didn't say that they didn't, is my point. Hear me for a second. The likelihood proportionally that Black men are more likely than Black women to marry biracially. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Not that they wouldn't. Okay.
It's saying that more,
like,
yeah.
They definitely marry Black women more. And I think there's always a narrative that they don't. There's a narrative that they don't.
Yeah, I think it's based off the idea, you make it and you get a white wife or something like that. But I think that's a small amount of people who are potentially famous or more in the limelight. I think the average person is likely to marry who's around them. And, people, a lot of times we congregate around people who have similar cultures, similar things as we do. I think that's probably, again, a misconception. But no, I think it's a lot of Black men marry Black women.
Yeah, they do.
But yeah,
I like it when they like us.
But I think that the data is trending positively or upward, or kind of, depicting more of the community than it is the opposite, which is, I think, the good news.
That's the good news.
Yeah.
What else we got some good news for?
Did you want to talk a little bit more about your situation, Corey, your love, or how do you want to?
Oh, well, for us, we've been married for 12 years, and it's been great. I said, time flies when you're having fun. Everybody has their issues, but all of the good things is why you stay married, right? And I think that we have a great partnership. Great partnership. He's a great partner in the sense of like how do I say this? It's like we have, I don't want to say faults, but he has something I need and I have something he needs, right? Whether it's part of my personality, whether, it's part of his personality. He's just a super calm, kind, loving person. And I tend to vibrate really high, and he keeps me grounded. He keeps me super grounded. He makes me very happy, very relaxed. And he lets me, number one, be myself. He's one of the first people I could be myself around and it be okay without trying to change who I am. And I work really hard to be a good person to him. If I want to be like the best person I could be and not make anybody upset or if something makes him upset, I work really hard to adjust. And people think marriage is like you don't change and you could just be whatever. Marriage fosters change, right? And not in a bad way. It kind of elevates you to be like a better person. They want to be good for you. You want to be good for them. And I think we have that in our relationship. We love hanging out. We're like really good friends. And I could spend just days and days and days and days and days together and just not be bored. We love watching
Oh,
TV. We laugh. He makes me laugh so much. He's funny. He's a really funny guy. And he says the wildest stuff. And we'll just be cracking up, talking junk about television shows. We binge watch things. We watch movies. We bonded over
mm,
really like watching movies and stuff like that.
yeah.
If you could sit on the couch with someone and just kick it, we it had days where we would just order breakfast, lunch, and dinner and just
Mhm.
be in the bed watching TV and hanging out.
That's the good old days.
Ah, man. And since having a Xander, he's a really great dad. He always wanted to be a dad. And it made me sad when we had issues, trying to have kids. And he would get really sad about it. So, I had to be strong and be there for him. And then when I had my weaker points, he had to step up and then be there. And I feel like we offset each other in a way that just makes it work for us. So like so many happy, happy, happy years where, we we here and we will be like, wait a minute, how long we been married again? I was like,
Mhm.
would say it just felt like yesterday we got married. We would say that. Like at least for the first 7 or 8 years. We used to say that. Like it felt like yesterday. But it still kind of feels like that. But when you start having double digits, you'd be like,
That's crazy. No, I think that's sweet. I think you
maybe things I'm
can.
not saying. But
He's a nice guy. He's somebody who's just a really kind. He comes off, at least, I don't know him behind closed doors, but as an individual, he just seems just like a good dude, like a kind human being. And again, I think he's one of those people that you're like, well, he's definitely going to be a great dad. Like, like a great parent, a great uncle. He's just like a good person to like give you like good advice, sound advice. And he's very helpful too. I feel like like if I've ever had a question about something camera related, he's been so giving. He's in like, yeah, it's a nice, yeah. It's like one of
yeah,
those
he's a
people
good
you're
cook.
happy that you got for you guys. It's nice.
Yeah. He's a great cook.
Oh, yeah.
We don't necessarily do the gender role thing. It's like we do for each other and step in where it's necessary. So that's where it's like if you're climbing a ladder, it's like one hand, one foot, one hand, one foot. It feels like that's how we are. We're like grab what you need to grab so we both don't fall down.
I think
So
it's lovely.
yeah,
You said
I
he's a
think it's
great
good.
partner. And I think that is like
Great partner.
the
Cook his ass. Cook. He cooks really well.
I don't know that. I actually don't know that. I don't feel like I've ever heard you mention that before.
Yeah, his food is good.
Is he like a southern he's like African American? I don't know Corey's
He's
background.
yeah, he's African American. He cooks like food. So it's not like he doesn't like soul food. So he don't like soul food and stuff like that, right? But he'll find recipes of something that he might like and he'll do the recipe and make it. So like, it's like chicken seasoning. Like
He's
he'll
just good at it. He's good
yeah,
at like
even
flavor.
chopped cheese. We wanted chopped cheese one time. He just decided that he wanted
What
to
is
just
chopped
make it.
cheese, girl?
It's like a sandwich that's in New
Okay.
York, bodegas or whatever. So it's like a bunch of chopped up meat in the bread.
Oh, like a cheesesteak kind of?
Almost like a cheesesteak, but it's more, I think it's hamburger meat. So
Okay.
not cheesesteak.
Oh yeah, I know what that's yeah, I see
So
what you're
it's like
talking about.
with cheese and onions and stuff. And we wanted one. And he just kind of learned to make it different.
Maybe I'll make that. Make
Tacos.
that dinner tonight.
Yeah.
Chopped
Taco,
cheese.
he just, if he cooks it, it tastes really good. So it's not like I'll cook Caribbean food, but he just cooks food. Food. Food that tastes good. Chicken fillets. I don't know if we could say here. I used to call it panty dropping chicken, right? Because it was delicious. It's just chicken fillet that's breaded. It was delicious.
Well, he's good at it. And they sound like
Yeah.
he's good at flavor. He's good at bringing flavor
Mm-hmm.
to the meals that he has. And I think that is actually I do think that is something you're probably born with because
His mom, I think his mom, like, really raised him to be like, I think he's just a sensitive type of person. So I think his mom had a really big hand because he has lost his mom, but he would talk about her a lot and all the stuff that she instilled in him. So he had a really great mom that, like, instilled these different values, and he grew up, like, with his mom and his grandmother.
Mm. No, that's just, I didn't know. I knew about his mom,
Mhm.
but I think, yeah, having like a different, I don't know, a view. I don't think I've ever heard you like wax on about Corey in the way, like I don't think we've any of us have just sat
Mhm.
down like, go tell me why you love me, man. But it's very touching. It is
Yeah.
very touching. He's just seemed, yeah, I've always just thought he was a really nice human being, like his energy is really good.
He had a
Yeah.
resting smile face. You know how people have resting bitch face? He has a resting
Like a
smile.
friendly face.
It just for the longest, because you live and he just led with positivity, which is a good thing. Because you could tend people, depending on how you grew up, you could tend to spiral and always go for the negative, and
Yeah.
he helped me to be more positive and be more like looking on the brighter side of things. That's where I get that shit from. I get it from him.
Well, I think that's awesome. That is so, like, again, I don't think I've ever, like, we've never talked about our situations in this capacity, but I think it's beautiful. He's a good person that's rubbing off, right? Like the goodness part.
The good part, the happiness part, the happiness quotient is high. It's high with him. It's just we have a happiness quotient, and we don't let other people infiltrate whatever we're doing. We do us. What about you?
I don't know. It's hard to follow after that.
Yeah.
No, I
Yup.
kid. No, no, I say that I, as corny as it is, I think I married my crush. I
Mhm.
married like the person that I like wrote on my list. You have like your fake list of things and not a real one, but like I think that I
Faithless.
did marry the person that I needed. I will say one, I feel like there's always just he was like a crush of mine. He was just like so fine and like, oh my God, look at him. And I like the strong silent type, like somebody who can lead, who seems, like lead but not in a like domineering kind of way.
Mhm.
And for me, I was really looking for, or what I valued is kind of just stability. I think, so let's go back to strong Black woman. I think I grew up as like a strong Black kid, girl. And I wanted, I think I was really always leaning towards people that would allow me to put my guard down, that would allow me to like almost like relax and take a break from like being hyper aware of everything and taking care of everything. And that's exactly who he is. I think, I will say that I often tell him, even when we argue and like he's like, well, you said, I'm like, dude, like I need you, like I always want you to know, like I think you're a nicer person than I am. You're like you're a good person. I think you're the good person in the relationship. Not that I'm like shady, but I think that um I think I hope this comes off positively. I think he's simple in that way. You know what I mean? Just kind of like leads very much with like there's no funny business. There's no confusion about his intentions. And I think that simplicity, I think, works well with me and my high overthinking, overanalyzing brain. He's, I think more than anything, like again, I think he is settled me in the way like one, I think he's brought a lot of like financial stability, not like necessarily from like making money or anything like that, but that's something that I always struggled with, is just managing my finances and
Mhm.
just being smart about money. And I think somewhere we meet in the middle, right? Like I think he's waiting to hold on to his money to retirement, and I'm like, we don't even know if we're going to get to retirement. Like so, it does help me like at least meet somewhere in the middle and be more responsible. But more than anything, I think that he is a great father for the boys, for the
Mhm.
kids. Like I think it's the ones that, you dream about. Like he loves his kids. He will just sit with them. I'm like, I gotta go over here and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna be like, I have to record and he will be with his boys. And again, I don't know, how do I say, growing up in a kind of a very patriarchal society or patriarchal culture. I think so much sits on the mom, and I've seen so much of that. And I think it's just been really, I don't know, like even not the norm to see someone pour or a man pour that much into their kids, and just letting them kind of like be who they are. And it's great. I think that's something I noticed, I think with our generation probably, is that our generation of men in general, I think are just a little bit more outward with their, love for their kids and being less. So I think it's really just nice to see on this side of things. But I think he's like the foundation, of like the life that we have. I definitely don't think we would have if not for this, again, words that I'm like, his leadership, I suppose, and allowing me to submit in ways that are comfortable for us as a family.
Okay.
And I feel like the dynamics of that are not lost on me. Like you kind of like need, or rather I need, because I want to be specific about kind of like what we as individuals need to like be in our best relationships. But he's dope and he's still fine. I still think he is just so cute. If everybody knows, I love me some Usher, but I think I got the closest thing I could get to Usher because, and it's not intentional, but I think my husband is, he's fine. He is. I worry at times. Like, where you going dressed like that? What you mean you're going to Home Depot? What?
Back.
Why you got those jeans on? Like, you look nice. I'm gonna say that.
He be right back. He ain't going nowhere.
But I think just as a person, I think, someone like that makes me a better version of myself. Yeah.
See, nice. I think we have good guys. I think Bill, he definitely is this strong, silent type, I think, right? He's always been super nice. And I like when the guys used to get together. I thought that was super
That
cool.
was nice.
I like when they used to get
And then they
together
went and messed it up. That's for another show.
and stuff. But like that used to be super cool. And I love how for you, like you said, like I guess not leads, but he feels like you guys complement each other in a way, and you guys like get y'all stuff done. So it's kind of like I love to see that too. And you be calm though. You be calm. I don't feel like you like, have the people that bring life to your life. I don't. He feels like he brings like a calming, like a calming push to things.
Yeah, I think I can let go. Right? That's my thing. I feel like sometimes it's as opposed to leading all the time and on it and paying attention to every little detail. I feel like finally I can
I feel like I am an ideate because I'm a creative person by profession and by hobby. So I dream really big. I dream like super hyper color and 3D, right? So he let my dreams become realities
That's
and
beautiful.
things that he didn't even thought he could do. We've done it, right? He didn't think he was gonna have like Airbnbs and own property and all that stuff. That was not necessarily on his bingo card, but it was on mine. And sometimes you need somebody that's let you cook, and he lets me cook.
He let you cook? Yeah.
He let me cook. And these are ideas that I have. Like I'm like, you know how I am with the ideas. I'm like, let's do this, let's do that. I'm gonna start this business. I'm gonna start that business. And I'm like, you know what? Let's. But I was wanting to own property, right? Always. And I always wanted to do it. And I was trying to do it for years and years before I bought my first house because I just didn't know all the things. So, I was lacking something that he had. I think I had bad credit at the time and he had good credit, but I had money. And two things worked. So it's like that's why I feel like we have like that symbiotic kind of thing that happens with us. And in being friends for so long, like we did meet a long time. I met him. I'd known him for 9 years before we even started dating. So we were friends. We were interns.
You guys have known each other for a long time then.
We were interns at MTV for the longest. And then we were friends and we were working and, building our careers and whatever. And he went through life. And I think in another podcast, I said we had to become the people we needed to be before we started dating. So, we lived life. I was with my bad people.
Your Virgos?
My
Your
bad.
Virgos?
Wait, I don't think there were any Virgos in that mix. So when we started dating, we had known each other for a really long time. But by that time, we had built our careers, and I think that lends to being kind of more stable-ish, but we were still coming out of that. We weren't stable yet, right? We weren't stable
Hmm.
yet. Moving together, and we work good together. We do work good together. So
I feel like
it's that good.
that's what I'm walking away with, is like almost like you guys are like great partners, like a puzzle.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like a give and take. It, like, yeah, which you didn't have. Like, it's a lot of like, we as a couple make like this great whole, or great
Mhm.
life rather. I thought that it was a good what were you saying? You had said earlier that you guys love the movies, and I feel like that's something that we had in common. What is y'all favorite? Like, do you guys have a favorite movie that
I don't know if we have a favorite movie, because I be liking movies. He'd be like, they whack.
eh,
But we watch a lot of movies together. I don't know. Maybe Black Panther might be our favorite movie that we've
oh,
seen
that's a
together.
good one. That's a
Yeah,
good one.
because Nakia is in there.
Boy, I think collectively, like, not necessarily it's my favorite movie, but like
Mm-hmm.
the movie, like the movie that we both highly, 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 highly enjoy, or the
But
series, is The Matrix. I think both of us are very like, this is like,
oh yeah, we did like that one too.
yeah. Uh, but definitely Marvel movies, with Black Panther one definitely being one of the like,
That's like
of
the top,
its, yeah, memorable.
and then the rest
Yeah.
of them could fall below that.
Yeah, I definitely think we like those, yeah. But I'm a
You know,
tomboy in
we
that
re-
way.
that
Yeah. Yeah.
we rewatched The Matrix, and I feel like
Yeah.
we just rewatched it maybe 2 months ago,
Yeah?
and we watch it like we watched it before.
I want to watch it with the
We rewatched it.
William, but I'm
You
like, is he
have?
too young? I want to. I'm like, I love it, and I want him to like, because he likes, these kind of things. But I'm like, is this too complex for a 6-year-old? Because
Yeah,
there's not like sex or anything crazy.
a little bit, but you could introduce him in Reloaded areas just a little bit when they're jumping up in mud and stuff. Yeah, just a little bit. Neo and Trinity. This is how much I watched this movie,
But they
but
were like, okay, I'll go back to, but they weren't doing it in the obvious way.
no, it's a little bit, but I think that as an introduction at 6 is not bad, because I do love Star Wars. We love the Star Wars series. He hates the prequels.
They're not that
We
good.
both love the middle, the originals, and from A New Hope to Return of the Jedi. And then the later ones we hate together. And I like the prequels and he does not. Movies. So we do love the Star Wars stuff. Not all of them. I like some of them. He doesn't. I love Rogue One. He likes Rogue One as well. So that kind of stuff. Marvel, Star Wars, we're in.
I'm not a big lover of Star Wars. I get it. I respect it.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't capture me like that. But I get it. It's one of those things that, like, I get why people love it. But there's just so many of them.
It's awesome. It is awesome. And the one thing we don't see eye to eye on movies is he does not like Black love movies.
No?
No, like, Love and Basketball type stuff. That was
No?
just his jam. Because
He likes that one, or he does it?
he does not. He don't like Love and Basketball or Love Jones. I don't think he ever saw Love Jones. I think for
Did he
his,
ever tell you why? Or it's just not his jam?
it's just not his jam. One, I don't think like love movies was
That's what I'm
in
about to say. Does he like indie love movies? Rom-coms, maybe?
not at his not to think I'm thinking about like how old he was when they came out. I don't think that was something he was into like that. Even Brown Sugar. I
That's
know
my
guys
jam,
that love
too.
Brown Sugar,
I
but
like that one.
he just never really was into those type of things. Probably maybe if he went on a date or something to see the
Eh,
movie, but I don't think he did. I just don't think it hit in a spot where he was paying attention to those kind of things. Because I was like, "You don't know this movie?" He's like, "Nah," because he just never watched it. I was like, "Why you don't like Black people?" Not kidding.
that's
We
funny.
would joke about that and stuff like that. But I find it very funny. I would tease him a lot, but he likes the nerd stuff, and I like the nerd stuff too. But Star Trek, I wasn't big on Star Trek until it came out the second time. So we do like the Star Trek movies. We do like
Yeah,
those.
I did like those. I think me and Bill bond over a lot of like high action, like Bourne, like anything like where somebody's like,
We
I'm
do
the
like a
type,
lot of that
yeah.
stuff.
I love a good like a fight choreography. Like I'd be like, yo, like
John
I'm
Wick,
tomboy in that
John Wick.
way.
We've seen all of the John,
Yeah.
but I think he's more led with like directors. So
Mm.
he's a DP. So visually, he is more drawn to different types of directors as well, and he knows them a lot better than I do. So I
Mm.
learn from him, and I love it because it's something that I don't know. So I like to learn.
That's a different view into the films.
Yeah. He's like, he likes to use this and they do that. Like, like even like Gone Girl. I even got
Yeah.
hate that movie.
Yeah,
He
crazy.
only liked it for like
Like cinematography.
the cinematography. He owns a lot of movies. When I met him, he had like a wall of movies. He used to work at a Blockbuster
Blockbuster? Yeah.
and he bought like hundreds of
I feel
movies.
like Corey would probably, it makes me think he would really get along with my brother. Because, like, I
Mm,
think my love of movies starts at that age. Like, both my brother and I have very much
mm.
like this. And, I think it was very cool. And maybe Bill probably was like, oh, this is a girl that likes this stuff. No, I feel like we can be here all day. I want to talk a little bit more about just kind of like marriage with kids.
Mhm.
And how, like how have things, you have a little boy, he's what, 8 months
Yeah, 8 months about to be 9.
now? So like that you got like a fresh take on like um how things have changed or not changed, or just any thoughts and takes that you have as like a married mom and dad now.
I think kids, they change the dynamic as much as you let them. And I just think sometimes they need more time with you. So I feel for some people, maybe in these moments, you could either drift apart or, feel some type of way. But to me, I'm like, listen, I feel like he needs more time or more attention, but we're gonna come back together.
Mm.
And I think it's temporary, and because you're tired all the time, like you're not gonna be your single self. You can be yourself with a kid. So you're tired, you're sleepy, there's spit up on you and all kinds of stuff. And what to me is most attractive about him with the baby is that he does take him a lot. And he would see like, okay, like he'll step in and do a relief thing, and then I'll get to do something creative or creating or whatever it is I'm doing, and then I'll go back and then take him, and we just relieve each other. So
Mhm.
I think that's one of the most attractive things is that he's very involved
Hands
and
on.
yeah, very hands-on, and we just,
Yeah.
again, teamwork.
Yeah.
Teamwork and understanding it's a team.
I definitely think that I agree with you that we make a good team. When we gotta do something, get some shit done.
Y'all got
We
three.
Yeah.
Y'all
Yeah.
have three.
Yeah. But he's been an amazing, amazing, amazing partner in regards to, child caring, like it does not, there's no like he's babysitting or anything like that. Like he is right now, I think our youngest is like prefers his daddy. If you start crying, he be looking at me like, get out of here. Like, where's my dad? Daddy, he gets mad excited. So no,
Okay.
it's a good thing. There's been nothing that Bill does not do, as a father. There's been no role or anything like that. He's been down for it all. God bless him.
Yeah. I think that's good with these guys. I think that they wanted to be dads.
Yeah. Yes,
I think they
for sure.
wanted to be dads, and you could kind of see it.
Yes.
Just the ways that they just love on the kids.
Yes. Yes. For sure. For sure.
That's a super attractive thing to me.
Sexy. Yeah.
Say, it just makes you want to work harder, try harder, and all that stuff. All right, so I have some important things to keep Black love alive.
Do tell.
Right? So love, right? It isn't luck, right? It's intentional. Right? Keeping love is intentional. Whether you're married or just building, the real ones invest, counsel, there's communication, and having the hard conversation.
Yeah.
You have to have those, right?
Yeah.
And representation matters. When you see Black love done right, it challenges the tired narratives and reminds us what's possible. I think that's what kind of inspired us to do this, as far as like the men that love on their women should be a standard thing. It's beautiful to see, but it should be standard, and it's great when we get to see it. And because at the end of the day, it's not just about love. I guess it's about like legacy, right? Couples who talk money and plan ahead and build together, they have a great foundation. So there's different ways for us to kind of keep our loves, keep our unions intact.
Intact, yeah.
Because love alone, I don't think will do it. You have to have hard conversations. You have to do the work.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's a choice. It's a decision to wake up and be married and stay married and be partnered up and bend and, with someone. I think, we hear that, but I also think that it's something that I feel like has been very true, as I know, you have friends who have like been couples for a very long time. And I'm like, sometimes I think that they might elect to separate easier because there isn't that, a little bit of that. And again, you don't have to be on paper, but I do think like I've noticed sometimes like where some friends like they break up. But I feel like with the marriage, or when you're like, whatever it is, when you're committed, rather, let's not say marriage, when you're committed, I think it's like, I'm just gonna go to my room, versus kind of like I'm going left and we gotta separate. It's just like, okay, we're gonna work through this. This is just a hard time right now.
I think that some people can't see past the tough time now unless bad things are happening. But if it's hard, it's okay if it's hard. You have to choose to work through it and do the work to keep it together. Yeah, it's maintenance. Just like anything, your house needs maintenance, your car needs maintenance, your relationship needs maintenance.
It's true. Any relationship, you're right.
All right, who's ready for rapid fire? So rapid fire this episode is, we're doing love quotes, guys. Love quotes. Guess who said that?
Who said that?
Who said that? That's this week. I love our.
Oh, who wants to go first?
You want to go first? You can go first.
Let's see. This is an easy one. All's fair in love and basketball.
I knew that's from Love and Basketball.
Who said it though? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, that's the guy. Isn't that what's his face? Dre.
Quincy.
Yeah. You see that Quincy or Dre up in there.
That was an easy one. I was excited to get that out of here.
All right. So you are the perfect verse over a tight beat.
Okay, that is my boy. That is one of my favorite movies. That's one of my favorite movies. It's my favorite movies. Not Love Jones, Brown Sugar Girl.
It's the Brown Sugar.
I changed my mind between Brown Sugar and Love and Basketball. I want to say maybe Brown Sugar is really my favorite. I thoroughly enjoy that movie.
Same.
Yeah, I feel like I laugh at the jokes like it's the first time. I get it. Mos Def's character, I love that movie.
I love Mos Def's character.
I love that movie. Here's a good one. She's everything I ever prayed for. I'll give you another one, gonna help. It's like a clue.
That one. Oh my God. Best Man. No, it's not Best Man. It's not Best Man. Oh no. She's everything I ever prayed for. Love Jones? No, that's not what that sounds. Okay, I don't know.
It's from real life. It's Russell Wilson. He's so holy. He's very religious. And really, really, really thanks God for this woman.
For Sierra, Yeah, she got a good guy.
He seems like a great guy. I'm going to say that because everybody's crazy to me.
I know.
Ooh, I got a good one next. Oh, I can't wait.
Wait, okay, let me see. Okay, so you're gonna know this one. So let me tell you something. This here, right now, at this very moment, is all that matters to me. I love you. And that's urgent like a mother.
I know this. Can I go? Love Jones. I didn't know the beginning, but one of mine was the final sentence. It's urgent like a mother. That's on that gave it away.
I love Love Jones.
So Love Jones is cool. I think it's the one that I'm like I know that has like hard followers and people love Jones.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, it's okay. I think it seemed like a bad relationship.
It was very toxic. If you watch it from today's lens, I watched it last year. And I was like, ooh, that's toxic AF. Well, how about this? We were all toxic AF. It was toxic, right? It was toxic. When you look at it now, you're like, oh my God, you're so toxic. But back then, you were like, I want that. I want the snap.
Because maybe I feel like I don't remember watching it as a youth, right? I saw it, but I feel like it's when I don't remember. It wasn't something I watched over and over, right? I feel like I think my mom had passed by then, so I had no business, right? Anyway, so I feel like I was like in my older when I was like, what? This isn't healthy at all.
Yeah, it was very toxic. It was super toxic, but it was almost real in a way. It was like a real relationship. Like if you look at relationships, especially now the ones you see on reality TV,
yeah,
that looks like that.
That's actually part of the storytelling and cinematography, right? The way that the story was narrated or like the flow of it was intended, I feel like, to watch the relationship over time, right? Like that literally was probably like the summary of or the synopsis of this movie. Which I think maybe is why people pull in because you like go through it with them.
Yeah. It was so toxic, but it was also a movie from like when it was like the later 90s and music videos and all that stuff sent you down a whole wrong road. It was so toxic. But
Wait,
so was love and basketball. That was toxic too, Quincy ass. Sorry.
Yeah, but they had years, right? They broke up and it was like years past of like they became adults. I have two good ones that I want to do, but I want to do one because I feel like we're running out of time.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know which one to do though. Huh?
We're gonna do one more.
Yeah, one more each.
Oh, one more each, okay.
You want to do, No? I'm trying to do if I want to do like a real person one or a movie one.
I don't know if I'll get the real person because I don't know.
You might. It's a funny one.
Okay.
Big booty, boo.
That's Kev on stage.
Was it that fat butt? Was it big booty? It was booty, right? Fat butt, fat boo, right? Some shit.
Boo.
No, that was good.
That was funny.
Yeah, he was a good
I
one.
did laugh at that one when I saw it.
Fuck that big booty hoe. All right, your turn. And then we can close out.
Okay, you'll probably get this one too. All right, so I've been loving you since I was 11, and the shit won't go away.
Come on.
Oh my
God, that's so easy.
It's like that.
Monica, basketball.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Let me give you one more. Just one more because I need to challenge you. This is a good one. This is a really funny one, I think. Love should have brought your ass home last night.
That's one of my favorite movies. Boomerang. Boomerang. Movie before its time. It still holds up because I watched it maybe a month ago.
Oh, maybe I will go back and watch some old ones. You're inspiring me to watch some old stuff. It
holds up. Listen, when you watch the movies through a different lens, it's a brand new movie, right? It's you think you know what happened in the movie, but now you have a different lens. Whether you're
an adult, you think
30, 40, but your lens is different, right? You have words to communicate whatever social illnesses or bad relationship situations, whether it's toxic, breadcrumbing, emotionally unavailable, there are terms for it now. Back then, You
Yeah,
knew
we've
some shit was
experienced
fucked
that.
up, but you didn't know what it was.
Mm-hmm. I know that.
Yeah,
I could tell that story.
we all could. That's what makes it so interesting. So you could
Low
go back.
self-esteem as Rachel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, yeah. Because they made you feel that way. Because you'd be walking around minding your own business. They'd be like, hey, girl, how you doing? That. And then they come and fuck your shit up.
Fuck up your world.
I was doing good before you came over here. So go
It
skip
really is horrible.
over there. Mm-hmm. You
Just
just
dead
live your
set
best
of
life.
hurting women, hurting people.
Hurt
Anyway,
people.
we were supposed to be positive.
But yeah,
My man,
let's don't go down the rabbit hole. So, listener question.
I think it would be nice to talk about what your partner has brought into your life. Like, like what has your partner specifically brought into your life that you feel like has made you, or made your life better?
That's a good one. That's a good one. I love that. Love that. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, guys. So, guess what? The group chat is closing for today. If this conversation hit home, make sure you like, subscribe, and share this episode with a friend who would definitely have something to say in this chat. And don't forget to come back next week for another episode.
YouTube.
So you can watch us at YouTube. You can watch us on YouTube or catch us on all your favorite podcast platforms: Deezer, Apple Podcasts, and iHeartRadio. This has been the Chit Chat Podcast. See you next episode. Got dance to the music. Ding, 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 ding.